Already today's city challenge to kill house stealth, bloodless, unintimidating, and hidden section boss. Which, I mean, there's unintimidating, which to say frustration is an understatement since, unfortunately, it means that we can't interrogate anyone, which means that we're gonna have to use a drill, which is mildly inconvenient. But then aside from that, there's bloodless and hidden section boss. So all combined, it's a very simple challenge. Knock everyone out, and don't get seen. That's kind of how it works, and if we do get seen, vaguely guess how much we're getting seen, because that's essentially the challenge. And whilst whatever happens over there, I'm just gonna loop this camera over here since, well, frankly, what else am I supposed to do right now? As we presumably wait for some kind of god to show up. And so far, it's not looking good, so hopefully we didn't lure anyone, because that would be quite bad, to say the least. And as we try and figure out what's going on over here, there are no cameras over here, which does make this spot quite compelling, which means that we're gonna just wait for that god to show up over here. And I mean, that's one relatively simple way of getting a disguise, as long as no one else shows up, which would be relatively inconvenient to say the least. I know you see me over there, and I know you're stopped behind that, and I know for a fact that I do not care, which I suppose aside from that isn't exactly great, but then again, we're doing decently fine for the most part right now. So we're just gonna stare down this corridor, and then hope that, well, no one else shows up. And as Cyber backs it up, we can just move in that way, and then figure out what we're gonna do, since that's kind of how this works. So just gonna grab the drill for a start, and then we're just gonna go through here, the green wire is right over here, which I must say is extremely convenient. Because as long as you face away, or as long as you don't do that, or as long as you don't do that, which I suppose I can resolve on my side over here, because you're not gonna walk over here for some absurd reason. Which I suppose I'm not gonna complain about, because there really is no reason to, as we drop a keycard over here, which I don't really need since, well, Cyber's a breacher, and that means that Cyber can't exactly just hack, even if I give that scrambler. Why are you doing this? Just why? Walk somewhere else, I want to go disable that, or more accurately loop it, and I want to go disable that box, and I want to go disable, or more accurately just disable the security by... Oh, hello. I'll take a vault keycard. Don't mind if I do. So apparently it seems like this area contains both the keycard and the vault keycard, which I guess works out just fine, but now that we're done disabling it, and now that it's actually for sure not the alarms, we can just start drilling, and that's literally it. So we're just gonna start drilling, and we're just gonna be aware if anyone else shows up. Because that's kind of how this works, and that's kind of the plan here. Which of course will first involve looping, or more accurately bagging literally everything, which by the way, that's a camera. That was way closer than I could have ever wanted, but nevertheless, we're doing fine, so we're just gonna move all of the remaining bags, and then, well, hopefully, not having anyone show up and starting to fire. But who knows, it might already be clear, it might not, no one knows. Or accurately, or more accurately, I don't know. So maybe I would want to find out, but first we're gonna just start lockpicking a few doors, and then just figuring out where everyone else is. And of course, looping all of the cameras since there's not really a reason not to. So who knows, there might be more people, there might not be. I'm starting to lean towards there not being. But it could very well be an entire section that we haven't actually entered, and this might just be an entire section of 3 more gods, which I suppose would be a bit unfortunate, but that's really about it. And there is one camera over there which I will want to loop, just in case for some absurd reason we actually enter this area and, well, try and not get caught. But we're just gonna go back through here, and we can see if there's anything down this corridor, which there isn't, judging from the very much unconscious guards. Hi there. I don't need to care about you because, well, you're not gonna be aware of literally anything. Which I suppose works out just fine. We can just take care of everything else and just loop all of the remaining cameras. And it's gonna go just fine. Because that's kind of how this works. For some reason. And then when it's starting to get close to being done, we could just go over there, grab the bag, maybe run through a few guards, and then get out of here. Which, almost certainly, run through a few guards since it's absolutely comical if we were to do that. But unfortunately, it seems like Cyber's doing exactly that right now. Which is a bit of a shame, but I suppose it's fine, as long as we get this door open, so that we can actually go through there, and then we figure out what route we're gonna go back through, which will very likely be just from there, through here, all the way through there, and out of here. And now that we finished clearing, after, well, a lot of time has already passed on the drill, I have to say, this isn't really that bad, since we've got 30 seconds to wait now, and we've already done everything else, which, I mean, could be spent using a grenade or something, but that's not really a good reason, is it? So as we wait the final 20 seconds, and as we awkwardly stare down this very, very long corridor, we can presumably, at some point in the future, enter the vault, grab it, or more accurately just grab the loot, and then run out of there. Because that's kind of the plan here. So now that that's done, we can wait for it to open, we can grab the loot, and then we can just run. And that's literally it. So we're gonna run through here, all the way through here, Cyber's gonna drop a lockpick over there, and then make a mech tower over there. But regardless, that's the daily challenge done in just under 6 minutes and 15 seconds. I'm quite happy with how we started that drill before we actually cleared everyone. Cheers everyone, have a great time.